What's up, Brian? My bad. All right. So this is, God, it looks so zoomed in. Did that zoom out? No, it just, I don't know. Look on my other screen and see if I can tell. No, it just makes it look weird. Looks like I can zoom it in, but not out. This is one of the ones I started yesterday. I did come out and drill these holes today earlier, and then I just started sanding the flat parts. Might need to do a little bit more there. My handle will probably just barely cover that. Mostly trying to get this blade part done. That part there will get sanded off on the bevel. And I believe that will too. So that one's ready to bevel. And then that's just the other one I started yesterday. We had filed this notch, but I drilled the holes. I drilled all these holes today, and then sanded this one all flat. That spot right there might not. I should probably do a little more there. That'll all end up in the bevel. What's up, Prepper 101? Hope you're doing well. Good to see you. Antonio Bowman, how you doing? Thanks for coming in here. Man, you're not showing up. Let me see. Okay, yeah. It adjusted already. Right on, Antonio. I don't actually have any finished knives out here right now with me, or I'll show you some, but um, these are two. I started both these two. I started last night on a live stream, so they're not hardened yet or anything. I'm about to start grinding bevels. I think I'm gonna do this one first. I cut them out on my bandsaw and grinded the profiles all down, and I did all that on the live. I drilled these holes today, not on the live stream, just when I was out here tinkering. So yeah, man, I still want to do that for you 101. Different grits makes the end product for sure. So it's kind of what I was doing. Like these, like I said, these still need heat treated, but that's 120. I'm not too worried, and it's gonna be handled from here down. I'm not too worried about what this looks like. I'll actually rough it up more when I glue it. But I wanted to get this to a fairly nice 120, and then after I heat treat it, I'll get it to a much higher grit. But so I got both of them there now. Again, I'm not, this will all be roughed up with probably 80 grit. Give it a good tooth for the epoxy. Um, I don't know what I'm doing handle material on these. Uh, I'm thinking OD green on this one just because I like those with OD green. So let's just decide. We decided that one. So this one I kind of want to do. I haven't done any like lines on anything lately, so I kind of want to do some red liners on this one. Red's always my favorite color to do the liners. Um, I feel like that needs a lighter color to go with it, so we'll probably do this linen micarta on that one. So, well, I don't know. I haven't done this crosscut stuff in a while, and I don't think I've ever used. We're gonna use this one. I changed my mind. Red will go good with the black. So I've never used the black. I used black paper micarta, but this is black canvas. I didn't like the black paper micarta very much. So we'll see if this is better. I think it will be. So yeah, there we picked the handle materials. What's up, Craig? Good to see you. I enjoyed your show today. So it was fun. Didn't throw no peckers though. I'll be right back. Let me find some liners. All right, here's my liner material. That'll be red fiber liner, so that'll be on the black one. It'll just, all you'll see is the edge. So it'll be something, it looks something like that. You just have like a red pinstripe kind of. That's what we're gonna do for that one, and then OD green on this one. So wasn't really planning on worrying about that right now, but why not? Yeah, I think you were telling me this the other day, Jerry. That's a lot of sanding. Yeah, I think the, oh my God, I think the red will look good. Yeah, I had a job, Jerry. At one time, it wasn't what we did, but every now and then we would have. We had a customer who owned a plane, and he would bring us these. aluminum rings. I think they went around the engines or something. And we had a body man who would take the dents out, and then we'd have to polish them. It kind of sucked. So got that center line marked on there. I wobbled a little bit. All right. I really should get some actual layout fluid, it's called, that you put on here. You can brush it on, or you can spray it on. It comes in different. Those are two different ways I know, but these Sharpies work all right, but they just don't last long. Like, I swear I just got this one, and it's done. I like the Sharpies though, because it's real easy to just put it on again, and you don't have to wait for them to dry or anything. Yeah, it's throwing daggers. No, they're gonna have handles. This might actually be the one I just got. So this is gonna be the handles for this one. OD green canvas micarta. And then this other one here is gonna get black canvas micarta with red liners. First we gotta do bevels. These aren't even heat treated yet, so I'm gonna get the bevels like 90% done. And then I'll heat treat these, and then I will finish the bevels and start cleaning it all up and basically get the blade done, and then I'll start working on the handles. And right before I glue the handles, I'll do the final sanding on the blade, and I'll etch my maker's mark in it, and then I'll glue it together and do all the finishing on the handle and then a sheath. And I'll make it sound like it's nothing, but it'll take me a while. And this one here is getting the lanyard, getting a lanyard hole right there. I had the same problem last time. I had to sand this just a little bit to get it to fit through all the way. Like it barely fits, but it fits really tight in the hole. Christian, yes, it's a 1/4-inch lanyard tube. It is. This one is brass. I might have some other stuff. I think all I got right now is brass. So that knife, I don't do lanyard tubes very often. I'm not a huge fan of them. But that knife will get brass lanyard tube, and then it'll get, oh, I'm dropping stuff. 1/8 inch, 2 1/8 inch brass pins. That's on this knife. And then this one right here I'm putting on the jig. It'll either get, I've been doing a lot of copper lately, so I might not do copper. I might do nickel silver, but I'll do one of those too. I won't do brass. I have like some, I don't know, I have some micarta or some G10 or something like that pin stock somewhere, but I don't know where. I should put these away. Try not to let this, these are from yesterday. Try not to let this bench get too out of control. Oh damn, I'm trying to find the other file I knew I needed to put away. It was in my hand. Yeah, I mean, in an ideal world, I don't have any letter-sized bits. I appreciate the idea, though. I got to work with what I got right now. And I think that's what I did last time. I think I used a 1/4-inch drill bit, and then all I didn't do much. I took this thing and just kind of rolled it on my belt sander barely, and just took a tiny bit off of it, and it fit great. It's kind of thick and clunky looking anyway. I don't know. The knife came out good. I liked the way it turned out. The last one I did. What's up, Chris Clever Craft? Not sure if I said hi. I did see you show up. What's up, Navy Vet? Hope you're doing good. A lot of times I put like a little stopper on here to keep me from going too far past my little plunge line. I think I'm going to cheat a little bit. Oh, no, I don't know where they are. I found a real tiny C-clamp the other day. I was going to use that. Actually, I had like a little stopper thing I had made, and I don't know where it went. I need to make a better one. Right on, Navy Vet. That's cool. Yes, Navy Vet won the I mean, I guess it's not a secret. Navy Vet won the knife giveaway I did when I hit 1,000 subscribers, and apparently he likes it, which is good. It's good news. Yeah, see this. That's why I don't use this, because this it's too big. It like gets in the way. And see if I flip it around this way, if it'll work. I don't know. That may or may not work. If it won't, I'll just take it off and go without it. I really do feel like it's zoomed in more than it should be. Alright, I gotta change. I gotta put my little drop down bracket on my table. I have to do for my use my jig. Yeah, so they're going at it over there. My thing is hitting. I feel like it's hitting on that wheel. Okay, there we go. Alright, so yeah, my C-clamp should clear now. It was hitting up here before I lowered the table, but it should work now. That block it's called a 1-2-3 block. Because here, let me grab it. Should have two of them, I only see one. Because it's 1 inch by 2" by 3". And it's machined to very accurate specifications. So every side is exactly square to the other, which is what I was using it for. I was using it just to square my table. I was using it to make sure my table is square to my belt. And the holes are for all different kinds of things. They're even threaded. Looks like not all of them, but that one don't look threaded. Yeah. But yeah, you can screw it down. Like, there's lots of different things. Fixture and things to a mill or something. You can screw it down or whatever. I don't know. Mostly I use it for this. There's a few other things I use them. Sometimes I use them if I want to. I use 2 of them if I want to, like, make a little space to drill a hole in between or something. But mostly I'm using it to square that up. It works better than like a little square or something. It's just easier. I am really wondering why. Oh, there's the other one under my drill bits. But yeah, it's a 1, 2, 3 block. Yeah, see, and that's what I was doing. I wasn't using a speed square. I was using one of those. It's got the ruler on it, and it's got the little thing you can slide. It's like I think they call it a carpenter square or something. That's what I was trying to use, and it works okay. But no, the 1, 2, 3 block, especially for something like this, is just way easier. Yes, that might be what it's called, a combination square. I believe you're right. And I used to use one of those to try to square my table. And then those 1, 2, 3 blocks, they come in all different. You can pay a lot of money for some if you want them to be super, super, super accurate. Those are cheap ones. I don't know what the accuracy is. It's way, way more than my margin of error. All right. I mean, I'm pretty sure that's where I got mine from Amazon. Again, they're not, I don't know. I'm no machinist, but they're square enough for what I do. And I'm pretty sure that's where I got them. I feel like they were 20 bucks. No, you're not stopping me. It's nice to get some questions here or there. It gives me something to talk about. Otherwise, sometimes I just get kind of quiet. All right. The respirator only works if you put it on. All right. Good night, Navy vet. Thanks for coming in here. I want to let it cool down just a little bit. I want to put, I want to Sharpie it again so I can see what I'm doing. I don't know if y'all be able to tell, but I got that side. It's grinded down to my center line mark. So now I want to like slowly work my jig back to bring this bevel up higher, almost all the way up, but not all the way up to the top. But I don't want to take any more off of this edge. So I want to, that's the way I do it. I grind that edge to where I want it to be first, at like a steeper angle, and then I slowly work it back to walk this back up the side of the knife there, I guess. Yeah, taking my sweatshirt off. It's too dang hot out here. Y'all should hit that like button. Help a brother out. If you want to see my finished knives, or maybe even buy one, check out my Etsy. Hit my little picture on the top left. Right on my YouTube page is my Etsy link. You can see what I got there. Even if you don't want to buy one, if you hit that Etsy link, it does help me out, because Etsy's like YouTube, and the more people go to your Etsy, the more they will send people to your Etsy. So get a little nip. People definitely don't like hearing my spiel about the Etsy. It empties the room out every time. Gets me down to only the people that really want to watch. Yep, you can check out what they look like when they're done. I take pretty, well, decent pictures and put them on there. The best pictures I can take currently. Safety third. I'm going to switch from the 60 grit to the 120. Oh, a little wobbly in there, just a little bit on my grind, but that's all right. It's not it's like preheat treat. I get to or have to, whichever way you want to look at it. Grind this again after heat treat. So I mostly don't want to grind it too thin right now, which I tend to do that more often than I should. I'm not there yet, but I'm working on it. I might file my little sharpening notch in a little deeper just in case I have to take a little off the blade if it's too thin. Belt don't want to track very good. It keeps moving on me. I don't know if you'll hear me. Just said the belt isn't wanting to track very good. The 120 belt keeps moving on me. Anyway, That's a good start. Oh, my shoulder hurts. Again, that's I'll be doing it more after I heat treat it. I'm gonna get these two ready, and then I'll probably heat treat these two. I don't know. I might even make a couple more and heat treat them all at once. I don't think I got enough. I might have enough epoxy to glue these liners to these scales, but then I think I'm out of epoxy. I had to order some. So I don't think I have enough epoxy to glue any of these together. So I might have to make some more blades while I'm waiting for it to get here. It sucks because once you got the marker on there, if it's not on there good, it doesn't want to go on there good again. What's up, Monty? So I don't know if y'all can see that. Yeah, you can kind of see it. That's where I want to go up to with my bevel. It's that line there. That'll match that side. It's really hard to see this, but I want to take it into that little shiny center line there. But I do still want to leave. I want to take this down to finished because I need to grind it more after I heat treat it, and I want to leave it a little bit thick before heat treating, or it tends to want to like warp and do weird things if you get it too thin. We don't want weird things. My chat's froze up on this other one over here for some reason. I'll go to the top and then back to all messages. It is right here. This is the one tool I actually don't usually lose. I usually know where this one is. I use it so much that I kind of set it. I got all these other tools laid out everywhere, but this one kind of always gets put like over here, kind of by itself, because I use it with the belt sander a lot, and then I use it on this jig a lot. It's one of the few tools I don't lose very often. Now, you might have been here the other day when I was looking for it, and I screwed up, and I picked it up and threw it in the pail of tools when I was trying to clean up a bunch of tools. But that has not happened again, so. Damn, already been almost an hour. I should have turned my oven on, and I could have maybe heat treated tonight, but I didn't. I'll probably do it in the morning when I wake up or something. I don't know. It takes a while for the oven to heat up. Sorry, my chat keeps freezing up. I got an old phone that I watch the chat on, and I watch the stream on too. So I can kind of see if y'all are seeing what I'm seeing or what I think you're seeing. It keeps freezing up on me. Nimkin Toy. On all my. I feel like there's more to that, but. Sounds good. I'll do this other side here in just a second. You can see my line right, real good right there that I want to grind up to. So I need a refreshment. And Fireball still ain't contacting me. Neither has Basil Hayden's. I guess they don't want to give whiskey to a guy that's out working on with machinery. I don't know why. Oh, hold up. Wait a minute. I used my little clamp last time. I might as well do it again. It worked pretty good. Hard part is you gotta like put it the same spot, but again, I can even this up. I can't do it on that little table. If it's not even side to side, after I heat treat it, I'll make it even side to side. Green apple fireball, huh? Sounds dangerous. See, I think I'm too far back. I need to move it again. One thing I noticed is sometimes if I look at stuff, uh, if I put it on the camera and look at it, I can see it better sometimes. I mean, I almost want to make sure it's a little forward from the other side because I like to even them up after heat treat. And I don't want it to end up too far back. That's too far forward now. I want to be able to bevel all the way to the edge, and that's probably not gonna. Yeah, maybe it will. We're gonna try it right there. Let's see. What am I at with subscribers? I've been gaining quite a few every time I stream. Yeah, it looks like I gained a couple. Still trying to figure out when I'm gonna do the next giveaway. I was thinking, I don't know, 1,500, 2,000 subscribers, something like that. But I need watch hours. It might be a watch hours thing. I know y'all really don't know what that's at or whatever, but I need a couple hundred more watch hours. And when I hit that, I might do a giveaway. I do want to do another one. It was fun. All right. Safety specs on. You see, I burnt the tip just a little bit, but that's okay. That's okay pre-heat treat, but after I heat treat it, if I do that, if I leave any color on it like that, you gotta heat treat it again. So I got my, it's really hard to tell now, I know. But I got my edge down as thin as I want it. So dang near thinner than I want it. I have to be real careful after I heat treat that I don't take it down much more. So I markered it again. I don't want to be grinding down here. I want to grind right here. So I move this up, and I want to get the perfect angle that when it stops there, it's just stopping there too. Alan, oi. You must be Australian. Maybe not. Man, I don't know what you're saying, but I'm gonna just assume that it's nice. Even though I know better sometimes. I get pretty good people in here though. So the heat treat will take, I mean, the hardest part is it waiting for the oven to heat up takes, oh, I don't know, an hour probably at least. It's got to heat up to about 1500 degrees. And then my oven runs on 110. They do sell they still do sell 220 volt ovens. I'm sure they heat up faster, but I've never had a shop with 220 volt electricity, so. But yeah, it takes an hour, maybe even longer for the oven to heat up. And then you only have to put the knife in there for about 10, 15 minutes, just long enough to get it heated up. It's not very thick, so it don't take that long. And dunk it in oil. And then what takes the longest is waiting for my oven to go from 1500 degrees back down to 400. That literally takes hours. And because after I quench it in the oil, it goes back in the oven at 400 for an hour. And then I bring it out and dunk it in water and cool it off. Then it goes back in the oven again for at least an hour, usually 2 at 400 to temper it. So when you harden it, when you heat it up to 1500 and dunk it in the oil, it gets real hard, but it's also brittle. So then you have to temper it at that. I usually do 400 depending on the steel. And that kind of brings the brittleness out a little. It softens it a little too, but if you just take it out and quench it and it's too brittle, too hard, you could drop it and it'll just break. So you have to temper it back a little bit. So the whole process takes hours, but most of it you're just waiting around for ovens to cool off or the knife's just sitting in the oven. The actual heat it up and quench it part, 15-20 minutes. I mean, you'll probably see it all happen, Brian. These are the only two I'm working on right now, so I'll be doing these on my streams. Like I said, if I get them heat treated and I haven't got my epoxy, I'll have to start some more, but for right now, this is what I got. grind on this side's coming out a little nicer. It kind of always does. There's always, I feel like I'm better when I go this way than I am when I go that way. Something about it, I don't know. Switch over to the 120. I like to try to keep the water off of this thing when I'm doing this. I use the water to cool the blade when it gets too hot, but I find with the steel table here and the aluminum jig, when you get water on the bottom of the jig and the table, it wants to like stick. So try to keep it dry as best I can. Right on, Brian. I do think next time I order handle material, I might get some different stuff. I order what I like. I like OD green, and I don't know. If you look what I got, everything I get is like earth tones, except for black. But another OD green. I like these natural cross-cut. You know, they look like wood grain. That one doesn't actually look that orange when you get sand in it. Anyway, I might get some more like brighter colors. I think people like those more than I do. Yeah, everything's gonna be micarta for a while. That's about all I have. I do want to make a slip joint folder knife soon. I've been really wanting to start one soon. I don't know if I'm gonna live stream it. It's been so long since I made one. And if I do one of those, it'll have nickel silver bolsters and bone handles, but that'll be a special project. It'll take forever. Man, I don't know if I should try this one. Rustum Samakov. I'm just gonna say I nailed it. Thanks for coming in. Welcome. Glad you're here. Hope you're doing well. I'm going the wrong way. No wonder it's not working. The old cut it twice is still too short. All right. This fucking guy, man. That dude is so annoying. I'm so over it. We got a hen sitting in, she's in the coop right now, sitting on eggs. So think about 10 days, we're gonna have more baby chickens if she's successful. But at least she should do all the work with those ones, I think. If she hatches any. Yeah, hit that like and subscribe. I do periodically. I mean, I've done one giveaway. I do want to plan another one soon, but we'll see. I can't read that name. What's it? A-Boss. Thanks for coming in. Hello to you. All right, so that's the side I just did. That's like my, for whatever reason, that's my strong side. That's the side I'm always better at grinding. It looks real nice and straight and pretty. This side doesn't look terrible, but it don't look as nice as the other side. I'll try to even it up a little bit after I heat treat it, but that side just looks golden. Both of them, I need to bring this back just a little further because I don't know if y'all, yeah, it looks like you can see it. It's really fat right there on the edge. I want it to be cutting edge all the way from that notch. So I need to bring this back just a tiny bit so I can get this little edge right there narrowed out. Anyway, I think I'm going to file this just a little bit deeper. When I go grinding the bevels again after heat treat, if I narrow this out just a little more than I want it to be, I'm actually pretty good up here. I always kind of get it thinned out too much on the tip, but I didn't this time. It's more like right down here, I got it thinned out a little too much. Anyways, if I get it thinned out too much, like right now it's good, but if I do it too much after I heat treat it and grind it again, I can just grind a little bit back on the edge and it'll thicken up. Kind of cheating. It's kind of like I messed up, but you gotta do what you gotta do to get it done right. Trying to watch the camera and file at the same time, almost ended up stabbing myself. Like I said, after heat treat, I will bring that back a little. I usually try to get it right in the middle of the notch. So, see, it already starts rusting a little bit with them coarse scratches on there. All right, one more step. Call it ready to heat treat. Well, thank you, Brian. I appreciate it. Just gonna go back to this one. I still feel like it looks so zoomed in. I gotta go back and look at some other strings. See if it's always this zoomed in. All right. Well, there we go. That's ready for the heat treat. And you can tell this side's just not quite as nice. Like I said, I'll even it up. It's got a little bump right there. Like a little lower there and a little higher right there. I know someone's going to tell me I'm crazy, blah, 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 but it's there. This side, clean. So, and again, that's getting the green canvas micarta. I'm running out of leather, so probably only one of these gets leather sheath. And I think it might be this one. I might do green kydex on this one. We'll see. Kind of go with the theme. So it does. It's still good. I'm being really picky on what I see. And when I do the Scotch-Brite belt finish, which I think I'm gonna do on these, you won't see it as much. But hopefully when I grind it again after heat treat, I'll get it better. But all in all, pretty good. Ready for some heat treat action. Gonna probably do tomorrow. Should have turned that oven on. So next will be this one. Again, see, that's the left side, which is ironically, it's what they call the show side. That's the side that'll have my maker's mark. That's the side I always do a little better on. So I try to, instead of doing the left side first on this one, I always want to do the right side first. Do the side that I'm most likely to mess up first. Because I tend to run out of patience when I get to the other side. Yeah, that ain't gonna work. That ain't gonna work there. It's not gonna be sanding there. It's gonna be sanding up there. I really like these ones to go on here like this, but it's so hard to get them placed on my jig right. I lost my little, I guess I put it away. Put it where it goes. I don't know what I was thinking. Yep, hit that like, hit that subscribe. If you want to see my Etsy, click my picture. And right on my YouTube homepage is the link to the Etsy. If you're on your phone, it'll be right about the middle of your screen. I don't have any finished knives out here. I would show them off. I should always keep a couple out here to show off when people come in, because they like to see them. But I don't, once they're done, I take them out of here and get them inside so they don't get all dirty and scratched and stuff like that. So I don't actually have any to show off right now. YouTube is sending me on a 90s, late 90s, early 2000 rap marathon, it appears. I don't know if y'all can hear it. Hopefully YouTube ain't picking it up. I'll get in trouble. This one, the last one of these I made, it came out all right. I wanted to do a few things different. I do like it, but I want to do a few things different on this style here. So we'll see how this one comes out. This one's going to get the black with the red. Black canvas with red liners. Time is it? I'm thinking this might be a good place to end it. Yeah, it's 12:20. Yeah, this is probably a good place to end. If I get started on this, it's gonna be another, I don't know, hour, half hour, 45 minutes, something like that. And once I get started on them, I'm gonna want to finish both sides. So I'll probably come out tomorrow and turn my oven on and do this one while the oven's heating up, and then when it's all heated up, I'll heat treat them. And I don't know, maybe I guess I'll probably stream that. I won't have anything else to stream if I don't. And then the day after, I don't know, we'll either start on handles or on another knife. Trying to sketch out some new designs here soon. There's not a lot of new stuff in the knife world, right? Like, if there's a shape of a knife that works good, it's pretty much been figured out. So, anyway, thanks y'all for coming in. Hit the subscribe. I will be doing a giveaway again sometime. You can win you a free knife. Uh, Hit the like, hit the subscribe. Click on the little house in the top left next to my name, and there's my Etsy link right there. If you want to check out the Etsy, if not, that's fine. And I hope y'all come back, and I'll see you later. Thanks, Brian. Have a good day. All y'all have a good day. 73 of y'all. Hope you have a good one. Good night, I guess. But later.